Yo, yo, mic check, 1 2 1 2. You know what it do. Yo, welcome back to episode 3. I'm gonna be talking about R&B music and why I think R&B music kind of has changed and who I think is doing really well in R&B as it proceeds to 2024 right now. Um, First, I feel like R&B music is not even the same no more. Um, I feel like people who used to make R&B made R&B with a reason, with a purpose, and whether or not those people are here or not, kinda kinda makes a difference on where we get our current view of R&B from. Um, like I've never heard a Brent Faiyaz song and thought, wow, I could sing this song all day. But I have heard a Keisha Cole song and been like just humming that whole shit throughout the whole day and then wanted to go listen to it. So in a sense, I feel like the range from a Keisha Cole to a Brent Fires is very different, but that's where our music is now. From as far back as I can remember, music for me has been connected to more than just my phone. Um, if you don't like, a little short story would be in high school, I would just always had beats on, so it was always just me. And if I wasn't writing something down, it was me just listening to music, just trying to figure out how to like maneuver through the day with as little to no communication with people, which is why I've always been very connected to the kind of music that I listen to, more so than just let me listen to this song because it's a song. um So throughout my years of high school, I started to like, instead of paying attention to stuff at school, I was just listening to music more so rather than focusing. And just whenever I had an idea, instead of an idea connecting to a thought, it was an idea connected to a song. So I digress. This is my connection with music is a little bit more than just listening to music through headphones. um Through my own musical choice, I can understand like melody and emotion, and I kind of understand more so how uh like a person's dynamic kind of works. If you could describe it through a song, I'm gonna understand it at least more clear than if we just had like a regular conversation, which is it's probably foul, but I mean it is what it is. Another thing that brings me to this are my playlists. If my playlist, which I'm gonna drop down there, check them out. Check them out. I'm on Apple Music, just making playlists. Most of my playlists are old, so I do need to go back in and redo them, revamp them, just cause it's a new year, new music style, new head in the game. Um, but that being said, my connection with music is a lot different, and that brings me to today's episode, where I ask why music has lost its love. Why does it feel like R&B, the people who used to make R&B and used to love making R&B, used to love, if not more than making the music, if just sharing how they felt towards a significant other, it's not there anymore. Um and I wonder why that is. It's also not so played through the radios as much as it used to been. If not at all, I really don't hear R&B music besides just the new stuff that people keep playing around, but I only hear that via channels that I subscribe to. So I'm not even really listening to nothing on the radio that's R&B related at all. Um and speaking of the radio, that's hella played out. If you're I'm in Boston, so if you're on Boston at all, like Kiss 108 or whatever, they're always playing some throwback stuff. Like I probably heard more Ayaz replay than I've heard like any new artist. Yeet, I've not heard Yeet on the radio, but I've heard Teo Cruz still in 2024. It's kind of wild because why are you a radio show and why can you not revamp your licenses to keep the music current? Because I feel like radios are turning into talk shows, and then we're stuck podcasting because they don't want to shoot out money to get their music jumping anymore because they're just so out of touch. It's lame on the aspect of radio because radio used to be cool. I remember driving around and used to be able to like hear new shit on the radio, but now everything's like old. Like you don't even hear nothing worth listening to anymore. Uh, but what you should be listening to is Ari Lennox. Either one, she has 3 albums that I have jotted down right here. It's called PHO or Faux. It's in her 2016 release. It has 7 songs. Her 2019 release, Shea Butter Baby, has 12 songs. Fire. It released in 2019. And her newest album in 2012, A Sex Location, is also 12 songs. And Ari on these projects keeps the image of love, of like a current love, while she like shows us how she moves throughout current day love. And it's so fly to see, like it's so cool to see like a fly shorty, a fly woman, right, who takes her avenue in music so, I want to say, seriously, to where she can, you throw her love life on the track and still like maneuver around what she wants to say and still make it sound so elegant in a way. um Waste my time, where Ari is just painting a perfect scenario between her and a romance, and then we see a flame. We can imagine a flame from start to finish. And love is also translated on Leak It with Chloe on track number 10, where a silky bass line guides us through what feels like a warm sun-faced wake up with the love of your life. You know what I mean? Like if you've never woken up with like the window slightly ajar, like in a cold breeze, bring like a brisk of cold wind coming in with just warm sun, and you like look over and you see like the love of your life, right? This is the song that should be playing, because you already know that to get to where you are now, like you had to, you had to get through yesterday to get to where you are today. And on that certain wake up, it was just a wonderful emotion, the way they both are on that track just singing, I guess. I don't know. um but what makes Miss Lennox different from the rest of these singers is her ability to clown us dudes while singing in the most beautiful verses. On Boy Bye featuring Lucky Day, we see like an ever common dude trying to like riz up a girl, and the girl's not paying him no mind, not even a chance, because she knows Buddy's not even worth it, let alone like deeming a conversation. But Lucky Day's verses, we see him play with her. We see him kind of use his music representation to guide her back, and you feel them both like playing like a tug of war until the end, where Miss Lennox is gonna get away regardless. But it was a really cool song to see them both come on to and like merge their own voices and their versions of it. It was a really like if you're with someone, or if you try to reach out and date someone, right? Or like just talk to somebody, approach, I guess. If you try to approach somebody, this song kind of like instantly snaps you into that moment where you were like, damn, I was trying to riz it, but I kind of am corny. And then you kind of like, you see the currentness of love in her music that way. Honorable mention on this list is, I'm gonna butcher his name, but Masego, Masego. He has an album called Lady Lady that is a really good album. It's really silky. He uses like string instruments and uses the piano, and he's like, his voice is mad soothing, mad calm. So if you haven't checked it out, I would definitely check it out. It's a little older, so definitely check it out because he's making new music now, and he's co-written, if not fully ghost-written, a few of potentially your artist songs. So it would be cool to see him be able to grow out of like, he's not in a shadow because he's able to make his own music, but it'd be cool to see him transition into like a star. It'd be pretty cool. Um, really good tracks on this. He just got really good tracks on this that kind of on a February 13th to February 14th you be playing, and you be like understanding why February is kind of like a really calm romantic vibe, or at least you're supposed to be a lot more mellow after listening to him. Because if you're not mellow after listening to that song, then I don't know, buddy. There's just stuff you gotta work on if you're not mellow after listening to that. 2019, Summer Walker dropped Over It, and we get like a certain kind of love that is real because of how you can feel her emotions just pour out into their music. You can feel it, you can understand it, and just her vulnerability in this album, just, it won me over as more a fan than it did like a dude listening to R&B music, because she was able to stand still in the moment and really write down her thoughts and get to a place where she can communicate how she felt in the very moment where she probably wasn't really like the best. On Drunk Dialing, we hear a really common, unfortunately, love story where it's about a girl getting a little too passed over, and she was going to hit dude up, and the dude didn't even bang her line, didn't even call her back. But it was crazy because like, if a shorty call your phone on the type of time that she was on, you gotta pick up that phone. So it was lame. Buddy was just lame on that. Um, or better yet, on Potential, we get an acapella verse where Summer tells us how how in love she is with her guy. But the beat behind the way she expresses her emotions, it's kind of flowy, it's wandering, it's kind of slow and lost. So it makes me feel like with the songs that we heard prior, maybe she's kind of not too sure on falling into this love, or falling with this love, because of prior experiences and prior things that have happened. So although her lyrics want her to push forward, the music behind it, I believe, kind of wants her to slow down. Or if so, I wonder if she felt that while she was writing that. And on anime, we see another side of Summer Walker where she isn't the girl calling a man up on, I don't want to say desperate, never desperate. Calling a man up on just drunk, intoxicated love, right? And then we got another one where she is on a potential version with a guy. But on anime, there's no potential about it. She knows what she's doing and she knows what's going on with the dude she's doing it with. But the thrill in the song and the thrill in the voice of her singing it, you can tell that there was something about towing that line, that was teetering on that line, that was just fascinating to her. That was like, if we get caught, but the but is what made it really interesting to her and made that song like lively. It made that song come more alive, I would say. Um so while my original statement in this video was that there is no love in R&B music anymore, I I wouldn't really say that because there's always love in music if you're loving what you're doing. Um, I think, but I feel like R&B music isn't, nobody's in charge of R&B music the way they used to be, where it was, hey, they have to follow these set of notes or these kind of like song structures. It's more like, how do we just explain one simple act through like a 2 minute song that's like slow and sultrous, when it could really be everything else? And in my examples of Summer Walkers and Ari Lennox, we get we get like a, I don't know. I feel like if you listen to women sing R&B music about loving guys, right? About how they love guys, or like how they love anything, or how they love themselves, which is what I feel like women women in music are, is like, we love ourselves. We're about to put all this into a track and show y'all how amazing we are to ourselves. That in general is always fire, but if you hear like a woman like talk about how she like endears somebody like that on a track, that shit is just awesome. Like, I don't want to hear, it'd be one thing to hear like a dude tell another girl, right, on a song that he loves it, right? That's mad dope, cool to good for. But like, yo, I want to hear a shorty sing it. So when I hear Summer Walker, and when I hear Ari Lennox, and matter of fact, when I hear Coco Jones, that's all I can think of right now. But those three, when I hear those three, it's like, yo, shut up right now. The room's gotta be quiet because they're singing right now. Like, the show is going on because they just have another way around them when it comes to music. And I think that's just more to do with their experience on love, more so their experience with music. So maybe I'm a fan of the shit they got done dirty, and then they had to go do, they didn't have to go, but they sat down and they were like journaling, and then from journaling they went to a song, and the song they came out was beautiful. I don't know, maybe, hopefully it's not too much on the negative part, but I do, just them singing is just cool, you know, them just expressing like their own emotions through these songs and being able to like feel what they feel, not to how they felt it, is pretty cool. Um, and then last but not least, I got some songs that aren't really R&B, but could be if you just kept your mind open. I would put these. They're old. I would put J.I. the Prince of New York. I would put Used To, just cause Used To. You listen to that song, you could tell he's had some pain. He just can't. He's not on a singing beat, but it's. I feel like the same emotion that we're talking about is right there. Um, and you gotta have a boogie on an R&B thing, even if it's not R&B. His first artist album, R&B the whole thing. Just take it the whole thing. And then Needed That featuring PNB Rock, R&B PNB Rock. Lame as hell that happened, but Needed That was a good song. They left it off the original drop, and then they came back right after and threw it on. Um, so that was pretty cool. And then Last Time featuring G Herbo, cause I've got a G Herbo thing going, so I'm throwing G Herbo on wherever I can. But um, it's not a traditional R&B love song, but it's kind of like a new age R&B song, cause dudes don't really be knowing how to express themselves. So I feel like that's as close to open expression as it really gets, just cause of the new day and age, unfortunately. Um, and that's it for today. That's just my R&B conversation for today. I got nothing really scheduled for the week coming up, but I'm gonna be trying to make these drops kind of consistent. I've been doing Sunday. My first one was on Sunday. These new ones have been dropping on Monday. Um, comment on here if 2 days is cool. I'm gonna try, or comment what y'all think for edits, cause I'm just gonna be messing around with them, so they're gonna vary until I get like a solid structure now. So first we were facing a different direction, and now we're facing another direction. We got different lights, we're different setup. My appearance is probably gonna change throughout all these as they're from a week to week, but hopefully we get different settings going, new conversations, so it's not just me talking to myself. Hopefully I get a cast member. It'd be dope to have like another person here just to bounce some conversation off of. So that'd be pretty cool. But that's episode 3. I'm gonna start. That's episode 3. I'm about to start doing some highlights. Start throwing out more media content. And that's it. Peace.